You are listening to Naked Soul Reflections, Mindful Moments for Clothes-Free Living, with your host, Hantu Nehart.
Greetings everyone, Hantu Nehart here, and welcome to another episode of Naked Soul Reflection. This week I want to invite you to peel off the layers. And what do I mean by that? Well, this weekend I spent a lot of time playing with making beats and different collections of music in an app called GarageBand on the iPad. And I had no idea that this app had so many layers. So I would be playing with a couple of loops, and then I'd look at some of the presets, and I thought, wow, that's an interesting, what does this thing do? And I kept digging, and there are so many layers to this application. Like, you can go deeper, you can get more refined, you can customize different beats, you can play with themes and layers and all sorts of things. Just when I think, right, that I had this whole app figured out, and I was like, yeah, I know GarageBand, I'll just play with these few loops and maybe change a few settings on the loops. No. There are so many things you can do with this app. And that got me thinking about all the layers that we are. One of the things that I've read a lot of natures talk about is the joy of taking off the layers. This joy of taking off all of the stuff that we normally wear, whether it's to protect ourselves or to signal who we are to the rest of the world, or professional reasons, or anything like that. But usually we wear our clothes for some reason, and so many of the naturists that I've come across just love this feeling of peeling off all of those layers to get at just being oneself. And I always thought that was powerful, but I didn't really appreciate it so much until tonight, when I found myself digging excitedly through GarageBand, and only to find out, no, there's more, and there's more, and there's more, and oh my gosh, there's still more. When I thought that I could find nothing else new with this application, oh my goodness, there is still more to learn and more to play with, and I can get more sophisticated and really just get into it. And it's amazing the things that you discover once you peel off the layers. And so, speaking of which, let's go with that idea that the naturist, nudist, clothes-free community often brings up in terms of peeling off the layers. I thought that, and I don't know if this has happened with anyone else, but I thought that I had myself figured out, right? Not that being distinct from having all the answers. I'm very clear that I don't have all the answers to life. But I thought I had kind of reached my cap on all that I could do and all that I could be. And it wasn't until I was introduced to GarageBand that I realized that I haven't even touched the surface of all that I can do and all that I can be. I was sitting with my boss the other day in a meeting, and she was saying, as she said to me before, she was like, you can really, I'm not worried. You will learn all of this. You're such a fast learner, and you'll pick it up really quickly. And I thought, yes, I will, because I do learn things quickly. But I'd gotten so used to the fact that, okay, this is my job. I've been working here for so many years now. And I just kind of thought that I was predictable. Like, okay, like I do yoga and this is my job. And, sometimes I dance and, these are all the tricks that this pony can do. Like, that's all there is to me. No, there are so many layers. There's all the languages that I love to study. And apparently I can make beats and stuff. Like, I just had no idea. But I had to be willing to take off the layers of assumptions and these limiting thoughts about all there is to me. And I don't know if anyone else has had this experience where you just kind of, for whatever reason, you just decide, okay, this is all that there is to me. This is all that I can do. And was there a point where you stopped discovering and all the layers of who you are and all the different things that you can do? Maybe you can paint, maybe you can cook, maybe you can make this big business deal happen, or you can travel, or you can pay off your student loan, or you can go talk to the person that you had been avoiding for so long, or you can say that one thing that you didn't want to say or felt uncomfortable saying to someone. Like, is there something about you that you either assumed that you can't do, or you just assumed that there wasn't anything else to you? And I really want to invite you to think about that this week, because we are such rich human beings, and, there's just no end to what we can do. And I find it amazing. Here's what really gets me about this. And then in the clothes free community, we talk about, we're taking off all the layers, and that being a sort of a sign of taking off labels. Like, I work at this place, and so I'm a director of this, or I'm a student, or I'm a daughter, or I'm a mother, or I'm a father, I'm a partner, or whatever. Taking off clothes to take off labels. And what's left after you take off all of that stuff? Well, I'll be darned, isn't it just you? Isn't it just you sitting under all of those layers? And here's the beautiful thing about it. That you that is under all of those labels, that is the you that is so limitlessly rich. That's what really gets me. Just imagine digging through yourself and finding thing after thing after thing that you never thought you could do, had an idea you could do, trusted that you could do. But there's just thing after thing. And I've always found that fascinating about one of my best friends, but then now I even see that in myself. Like, there's just thing after thing after thing. And the wonderful thing is, it's just who you are. Without the layers, without all the extra labels, without the additives or the preservatives or the whatever. Those layers, those complexities are your natural essence. How about that? You just take a moment, and here's what I want you to do. I want you to get up from wherever you are right now and either go to a mirror or take your mobile device and flip the camera so that you can see yourself. Like, go do that now. And when you look at yourself, and if you can, in a clothes-free state, look at yourself and see that impression in front of you. That thing, that person, that spirit and soul that you see in front of you simply is limitless. The mind inside of it might have some objections because we've trained ourselves. Society has said things, mean people have said things to us or whatever. But look at that reflection. See that precious, rich spirit in front of you. And without any of the additives or the labels or the layers, without any of that, you are limitless. And it takes nothing complicated for you to have that, because it's just inside of you. So this weekend, unfortunately, it means that I haven't done laundry because I've been playing with this application so much, playing with my DJ side, but I'm very proud of the creations I've made. But I've done no laundry, and so I have no clean clothes for work, so that's got to get fixed as soon as I finish sharing with you all. But so this weekend, that was what I played with. I discovered the true mix master DJ within me, and I never would have thought I could do this. I never in a million years would have thought that I could create this. But then my friend just sent this, told me about this app, and I was like, oh hey, this is interesting and intimidating, but I'll play with it. So for you this week, invite the question of what can I do? What all can I do? And maybe it's one thing that you assumed you couldn't do, or maybe it catches you off guard. What? Maybe an opportunity comes up, or there's a moment and it catches you off guard because you're like, I never would have thought about driving a bus, but hey, I guess I'll do that. Open your eyes, and more importantly, open your heart to the possibility of discovering something in you that you didn't know was there, that is part of your limitlessness. I'm going to be playing with music, and I'm going to be open to whatever else comes to my doorstep this week, because anytime I offer something to you all, I'm doing the same exact work, as always. See yourself as limitless and invite yourself into an opportunity in your life this week. My heart is with you all. Namaste.